The President's New Clothes, by Alex and Taylor, to American citizens paid by George Soros and the fake news media. This is the story of America's downfall, when Donald Trump ran for president because his penis was so small, but Donald had an ego, and so it began his run for the highest office with the smallest penis in the land. Donald was a celebrity, and oh was he rich, but the size of his heart and his pecker were less than an inch. This made him so angry. Donnie was mad, so a custom suit tailor offered something he lacked: a new set of clothes to give the confidence he needed. The price was steep, but he begged and pleaded. "The suit is perfect," Donald exclaimed, spending hours in the mirror astonished and amazed. But there was a problem. Even Melania could see the new clothes left him naked. There stood Trump and his barely visible, tiny freckled pee-pee. "Mexicans are criminals and rapists," Donald cried out his woes as he made his announcement for presidency, but asked naked in his new clothes. That's just Trump. He didn't mean what he said. Yet Ted Cruz, Paul Ryan and Lindsey Graham would defend him if Donald took a Trump-sized shit on each one of their heads. Billy, Commander-in-Chief, the same guy who had been rumored to have Russian hookers piss all over the sheets, the same reality show jerk-off you used to watch on TV while you fantasize about his daughter on the commercial breaks on NBC. And so began Donald's conquest to win at all costs, declaring he would call the election rigged if the votes said he lost. And in his second day in office, what did he do? Complained about his inaugural crowd size. A side-by-side comparison to Obama's ceremony clearly painted the truth. But why complain about something we could actually see? Unlike poor Donald and his microscopic pole-shivering ween. His hate for others started with a simple plan: let's keep out the Muslims. His inner circle, led by sociopath Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon, began to chant. Next came executive orders to start building his wall, to keep out the Mexicans and to hide the fact that Donald's scrotum was ever so small. Repeal everything Obama has done, even if it hurts millions and they lose their health insurance. Tell them all good luck. And the EPA, who cares if the air we breathe is cleaner? We will leave the Paris Climate Agreement so no one thinks I have a tiny wiener. But suddenly it was news that James Comey and the FBI were investigating a connection, that Donald and his campaign had colluded with Russia, a country for which Donald had a tiny erection. It's a total witch hunt, bitch. Donald constantly on Twitter, usually around 6 in the morning during his morning dump from the White House shitter. But if it was the witch hunt the GOP contested, why did a majority of Trump's associates get arrested? You see, when it comes to Donald, it's never his fault, like the Supreme Court nomination of that frat boy goofer named Brett, who is similar to Donald, also had multiple accusations of sexual assault. And boy did Donald love dictators and all of their power. It was all he could think about every day while trying to find his retreating penis in the shower. And remember the time neo-Nazis marched in Charlottesville and the young girl protesting their hate was purposely hit by a car and killed, while his base of alt-right supporters cheered and were overjoyously thrilled. Protest after protest, our cities began to burn, while Don was hiding in the White House bunker, deciding when to make DC his turn. And soon on the streets suddenly came a flash and a blast, as peaceful protesters were beaten, detained, shot with rubber bullets, and unlawfully gassed. All this so that Donald could walk to a church and impress the world with a Bible, only to be seen that his actions and the size of his Peter were clearly that of a child. And none of the GOP's religious base seemed to think Donald's past or present actions through. If Donald was God's president, is this really what Jesus would do? And never forget that he called coronavirus a democratic hoax and fake news lie while he sat on the sidelines watching as hundreds of thousands of Americans began to die. He suggested drinking disinfectant and injecting bleach way before Donald would even think to wear a mask. Said COVID-19 would be gone by summer, and then he sat on his lazy fat orange ass. And now we need to decide as a nation, will we choose love or hate? And do we the people have the power to lead this country to a brighter tomorrow and more promising faith, where we can stand together proud and tall and reject a naked president with a penis, mind, heart and soul ever so small? And look, nobody's perfect and neither is Joe, but he's our guy this time, and there's a thing or two he knows. Joe has 8 years of Oval Office experience. He stands up for what is right. He's fighting for all Americans, not just the ones on his side. And if Joe gets a little sleepy and needs to take a nap, Kamala Harris will be there as his VP to always have his back. And if Joe ever needs the guidance, we know who he can call. The President of the United States, with the biggest dick of them all.